Incoming 7-day outlook for the collective. Welcome back. We are in Team Chill mode at this time on the Team Chill timeline. Yes. Remember, the theme for this session is obstacles and invitations. We have some charcoal going off to the side over here and bringing in a bit of amber resin as an accompaniment for this session. Yes, this is honey amber resin. Although it says dark resin, I've had dark resin and the fragrance is a bit different than the aroma of this. I will tell you that much. So, either way, we are going smokeless for the majority of the time here. So, this has the least amount of emission possible, but also promotes a more meditative and relaxing atmosphere at the same time. So, first things first, 143 on the timer. That means I love you, love you, I love you, love you, love you. Oh, I felt that in my belly. I love you. Yes. We're going to go into the wild unknown archetypes first. 7 cards for 7 days representing the signifier energy of the 7-day outlook. And then we will go into other decks for a bit more detail. Obstacles and invitations. But we're not going to be doing that with the first 2 decks. The obstacles and invitations will follow. Here we go. We are placing the amber on the charcoal. Give me just one moment here. Alright, I had to grab a tool to move the charcoal into the burner after I lit it and placed the resin on it. So here we go into today, and the archetype coming in to either activate or to support the energy of that day. That took no time at all. It said me, 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 and we have the storm, representing the significator for Monday. The storm. Meaningful obliteration and annihilation. So this is like a shedding process that needs to happen for the collective. And it's going to mean something different for everyone. But we will go into a bit more detail on that in just a moment. It lays bare the truth that there are forces larger than you. This understanding is a relief, but also a predicament of power that requires your surrender. Rebalancing your equilibrium. It is a result of precarious conditions, not the cause of them. Much like the Tower card, it's an undoer. It undoes all that is. but it also an equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose. A better option is to seek temporary shelter and a reliable friend. Sanctuary and protection, beloveds. When all else fails, go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. So interesting. All right. Well, let's bring in an ally from the Wild Unknown Animals Spirit deck to support the collective through this shedding that is occurring. An ally for this shedding on Monday. We have the beaver. Well, they do tend to use their teeth to shed some of the bark and wood from trees to build a dam. So, ooh, the stormy waters. We're being protected from these stormy waters and quote-unquote metaphorical flash floods due to the work of this creature teacher ally from within us. Let's take a look at what the book has to say. For the beaver. Hard worker, loyal is what's standing out the most to me at this time. Meaningful work. Interesting. Both cards representing more meaningfulness to what we put our energy into here. Financial stability even, providing a sanctuary and even financial stability. So what I'm seeing here is that although we're still within this storm, so to speak, we've weathered the majority of it already. There has been a dam that was erupted. So what happened was the tower moment created the debris, okay? But I'm seeing trees toppling, not like stone towers. I'm seeing towering trees toppling, okay? So it's like we had to go through the process of putting in the work to erect the dam of protection. Testy waters, I just heard. Testy waters. So, steady income of abundance and protection. And it will be steady for us, but it will also mean steady work for us. We are not just in the eye of the storm, we are the eye of the storm. But in that eye is that stillness. And from that stillness is coming selfless service to ourselves and others. So, in other words, service to self and others without feeling selfish about it. All right, time to move the charcoal again. It's getting a bit too smoky. There we go. All right. We will just let that cool off and clear out. So, yes, long-term steady effort on our end as well. All right. Let's go on into Tuesday. Oh, wait. Oh. I still have to do the the obstacle and the invitation, the whole theme of the message. So, we're going to go into Wisdom of the Hidden Realms for the obstacle. And then we will go into the Mystic Shaman, the Mystical Shaman rather, for the invitation. All right, here we go. The obstacle for Monday. We have the Webbed Weaver in reverse. Since the message is for the collective, it would be reverse facing you, and the number 4. Things are a bit out of alignment with the Web Weaver in reverse. Let's take a look at what the guidebook has to say. But either something is out of alignment or otherwise things just feel out of alignment. So, feeling as though your efforts haven't been as far-reaching as they truly are. And that has made you feel a little bit, not just out of alignment, but out of touch with others. Because this card in the upright speaks on just when you need to make a connection, like magic, synchronicity occurs. But this is also where the Web Weaver appears, granting us the way to others of like mind and intention, and letting us know that we're not alone in our endeavors. So there's also a bit of loneliness occurring, a sense of either not being able to relate with others, to others, or even just unsure that you may encounter others like you. It's like there's that longing to know others like you. Wondering if these like found family soul connections are going to come through. Like meaningful connections, meaningful coincidences. Of course we don't believe in coincidence, but we do know that it comes through to give us reason of hope in the upright. So potential is growing into reality. And it also requires care and patience from the collective at this time. Patience as we Not just weather out the eye of the storm, but we embody it. All right, let's go now into Mystical Shaman Oracle for the invitation for Monday. And we're going to attempt to speed this up just a bit. Okay, we made a full pass, and this one is sticking out the most. So, we have the Mystical Shaman. Interestingly enough, the namesake of the deck. Alright. Incoming with a bit more of that amber resin. Mystical Shaman. Wow. The invitation. Considering the ability to live without attachment. Ooh, talk about the synchronicity with the message I just shared. My goodness. Yes. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the story you're telling yourself and others? In other words, now this is one of the reasons why I made this exclusive message specifically for Mondays, is to kind of divert and transmute our mindset away from the manic Monday hoopla and more into the miracles of Monday, the manifestation aspects of Monday, the mission focused aspects of Monday, instead of it's just another manic Monday. Oh, well, that's not fun day. It's just another manic Monday. No, we're not leaning into that. Mondays are for manifestation and miracles, but also remaining mission focused. So, we're being invited to embrace that mission. Trust in the miracle instead of fixating. Surrender to the manifestation and the miracle. And the mystery. Ooh, right in the book it says, what if you could become a mystery to yourself? Surrendering to the mission, surrendering to the manifestation, surrendering to the miracle, surrendering to the mystery. Beautiful. No longer being rooted in the past. There's that shedding. Becoming a blank slate and allowing the form of our dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Wow. Okay, so that's Monday. Now we're going to go into Tuesday. Oh, and that one hit the floor, so it's most certainly coming to the door. I will be right back. Oh. And as I roll back, I hit the table behind me. Oops. All right. So, beloveds. Ooh, it's getting hazy in here. Through the haze. we have the kiss. Through the haze, we have the kiss. And this is the significator energy for Tuesday. So, merging, inviting, and expressiveness are what's standing out to me the most. So, let's see what's standing out to me the most here. Merging with another and letting in what was moments ago separate to become one. This can have multiple meanings, guys. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self towards union and acceptance. So, it's also about acceptance. Okay. I hear you, Spirit. Especially the acceptance. Touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, being graced by a divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. Well, as I was reading, I was getting chills right above where a lady would typically have their bra line, interestingly enough. Ooh, okay. So, some kind of sacred union type of energy is significant with the kiss. Let me take another look at this real quick. Reflection, revisiting what you consider to be sensual, taboo, acceptable, shameful. Write down the story of your first kiss. What was changed in that moment? If you feel up to it. I wasn't really going to read that part. Stepping away from the pressures of life to embrace something more sacred is the energy of Tuesday. All right. Let's see what creature teacher ally is going to support the collective in this. Okay, full pass, being guided to check the bottom and what's already in our immediate environment. And we have the energy of the bat, creature teacher, to support this pivot I just heard. Excuse me. Confirmation. It's definitely some kind of pivot occurring on Tuesday. Interestingly enough, when bats fly, they tend to kind of pivot a bit back and forth. Like they go a little this way and a little this way and a little this way and then a little bit this way and a little this way. They don't just fly in a straight line. Yeah. Smart. Ooh. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. The bat. Letting go. So yeah, not only pivoting, but more of that letting go. And adapting, adjusting. So what I'm really seeing here is like some kind of finalization of that shedding on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, that hump day. Typically on a day, if you work in the mundane sub-programmed matrix, hump day is like that celebration of getting halfway through the week, but also that, oh boy, let's really hammer it down today so that Thursday and Friday can be that much, more smooth going, easy going, laid back. It doesn't always work out that way, but what I'm getting is that there's going to be some kind of like soft launching or something that's going to be kicking off on Wednesday, but more of that shedding and processing in that stillness and in that darkness with the bat. The ability to embrace that darkness. Underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. And then, in just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Yes, it's that kind of vibe. Yes. The end of a chapter, closing a door, encouraging us to move on. And then, it's a new dawn. And I'm feeling good. Yes, that part. Loving it. Loving. Yes. So, already looking ahead, Wednesday is looking good. Now, let's bring in that obstacle for Tuesday. From Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, we have the Lady of the Gift in reverse. See? Something that the collective is being pushed to release or push out. Like that nagging type of feeling, but that's not like the same as like that niggling nudge from our intuitions. This is I'm hearing like feeling the pressure to go hard on something that isn't calling for that type of energy. It's like you're wanting to push something out when you're being challenged to hold something back just a bit longer. Is what that is. The Lady of the Gift. And also the message that your ships are sailing, but they're not quite on the horizon for this week just yet. The Lady of the Gift. There's more that we're being called to put into for Tuesday. A tithing of sorts, but not according to, again, the matrixy subprogramming. It isn't tangible or material at all. We're being guided to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that we believe in them as well. So Monday is more about really that balance of putting into ourselves and others, and then coming into Tuesday, really putting more into others. And in doing so, it's also going to shift our perception and mindset about those others. And also seeing their value and blessings will be all around for us. It states blessings all around are assured. Believing in others' greater value. And this alone guarantees success in the long term. So by believing in the success and the great value of others, it is also guaranteed long term for the collective as well. So really putting out yourself out there on Tuesday as like a support system, and it's going to feel like a challenge. It's going to really feel like one of those things that you don't really want to do. Perhaps it could even pertain to someone who you wouldn't even typically put that type of energy into. But I'm not saying go back to being a people pleaser and a doormat either. But you are being challenged to perhaps see someone of a bit more value than you did before. Someone who you would typically see as like not of much value at all to you or in your life, or even in your past. Perhaps even seeing some kind of value in the lessons learned through the experiences involving them. Thank you, Spirit. Here we go. Now we're going to go into the invitation for Tuesday. Ooh, and it is that standstill, synchronizing with the message that we have been sharing all along for Tuesday. So the challenges that urge to go full throttle, and Spirit is saying no. No. That stillness from today is meant to be carried over into tomorrow. And may that be that lady of the gift, may that be that generosity, that generous gift we offer ourselves. 3333 on the timer as I said that. Beautiful. The standstill. And the invitation is, when things seem to stall or stagnate, or when you feel stuck, this symbol appears as a reminder that constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. There it is. Constant action isn't going to get you where you want to go. No matter what, this moment is a beautiful gift orchestrated in your favor. Confirmation of what I just said about the lady of the gift. This is a gift that we're meant to be offering ourselves, that stillness. Beloveds, oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to be going and spending more time in nature. Today. Perhaps I'll go out and sit with Bridget, the Redbud, and do some affirmations. But instead of posting it on this channel, I'll post it on the channel that I created for Bella and Bridget, the Redbud. It was something different, and it was going to be reserved for whenever like specifically for my poetry, about certain kinds of teachings, but I changed my mind about that. Instead of putting too much emphasis on, the things that I value that aren't necessarily relevant to the collective, like my beliefs and, um, systems, modalities that work for me. It's been placed on my heart not to impress that too much on this channel anymore. So, there that is. All right. Life will get busy again for us sooner than we think. Otherwise, on Tuesday, we're being called to go and play, recharge, and take the focus off whatever has stalled. Enjoy it. Let the universe bring all the parts together for the highest good. All right. Now, let's go on into Wednesday. The archetype and significator energy for Wednesday. There it is. And then we get to work on manifesting something new. The fire inside is forging something new for us. I just heard coming Wednesday. Coming Wednesday. But there's going to be that kiss and that encounter on Tuesday, but we're being guided to remain in stillness. And I don't mean necessarily an actual physical kiss for all of us. But that kiss of sunshine is definitely it. Someone who feels like sunshine, or an opportunity, a vocational opportunity, some kind of gift, a double gift coming through Monday, Tuesday, on into Wednesday with the mystic. Let's see what creature teacher ally is coming in for Wednesday to support the mystic. This one, the buffalo. Buffalo rising instead of buffalo soldier. Buffalo rising like the phoenix. Imagine a chimera that's like a cross between a buffalo and a phoenix. Like a buffalo with wings and like a bird head and a bull head. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. The buffalo coming in to support the mystic energy for Wednesday. Sorry guys, I just had to ignore a phone call. Number 21. The remover of the darkness. So the darkness comes in on Tuesday, while the stillness in the darkness on Tuesday, and then literally the next day on Wednesday, we're removing it. Wow. Becoming more visionary. Whoa. Building a relationship with the inner flame within. No longer fearing that darkness because we sat in it, embracing it and the stillness, harnessing the potential and latent energy behind it and embedding it with light. Patient and prudent change makers seeking growth above all else. Boom! Shakalaka! Boom! Yes. reveling in that mystery. There's that mention of the mystery once again. Being that mystery. Being that mission-focused manifester of miracles as a mystery. The great riddle, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. Fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. Yet we play critical roles in society by remaining fearless in that dedication. Beautiful. And the buffalo. Now I have that tune stuck in my head by Bob Marley. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual, trusting and pure presence. Ooh. From the darkness to the light to pure presence. It's like simplifying the math. There it is. We just cracked the code. This session is a process. No longer fearing death, illness, or misfortune. With gentle eyes looking to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is that precious gift. That's the third mention now of the word gift. Bet it comes out of the kipper when I draw this to a close. Seeing challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment, an opportunity for growth. We've spoke on that as well. There's evidence of growth before we even get to Wednesday. Grounded. So the buffalo is also like the bridge in the archetypes. It's like that connection between the mind and the heart. It's like that grounded in the earth but also head in the clouds type of connection between the spiritual and the mundane, between the seen and the unseen. I just heard trusting and assisting us in embracing that pure presence. All right, now let's see what the obstacle is, or challenge or obstacle for Wednesday. The River Queen in reverse. Actually, for you, it would be in the upright, but still, how is it presenting itself as a challenge? I'm getting difficulty realizing that you have already been in the flow the entire time. And then as soon as you start to question it is when you get out of alignment of it. It's like the story of I believe it's called the toad and the centipede, or the frog and the centipede, where it goes like this frog keeps asking this centipede a series of questions, and it doesn't lose its momentum until it asks the centipede how it seems to continue to move forward in such alignment without tripping over itself with all those legs. And as soon as the centipede started to contemplate, it tripped over its own feet. So there's almost like this air of caution to questioning other people's flow and movement as well. But primarily questioning your own flow is when you start to trip over your own feet. So there is that air of caution with that. All right. Now, questioning the flow is the challenge. All right. The invitation for Wednesday. The invitation for Wednesday. Hello. The curse, but in the upright. And no, not to take this particular card at its face value, because it could mean quite the opposite. Recognizing the source of your limitations is the invitation that's going to combat. This is the perfect response and perfect insight for when you start questioning the flow when you're already in it, just like the centipede. This is where we're also being guided to just allow others to be held accountable in their way for certain things, like the frog has to be accountable for still unconsciously bringing like a disruptive energy. It's like Spirit is saying it was a disruptive flow, but it was still a flow. So, breaking free from questioning that flow, breaking those chains. No longer feeling as though you're a slave to the flow. So the karmic legacy is ready to be shed completely, permanently. Everything is just, all these decks are aligning with each other for each day. It's absolutely phenomenal. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. There's that newness I said was coming in on Wednesday. Confirmation. You're going to know what that means. You're going to know what that new thing, person, place, situation is for you. And it's coming through on Wednesday. All right, now we're going to go into Thursday for the significator energy for Thursday. The unseen. Oh my gosh, there it is. Embracing and trusting in the unseen, I just heard, is going to be the primary energy for Thursday. It's all coming back to me now. It's done. It's done. Whatever mission the collective was on to break free from and shed away and let go of and recognize that we were already in the flow, and by questioning it is when we threw ourselves out of the alignment, questioning the unseen, doubting the unseen until we didn't. Embracing. Number 27. Clairvoyance, whispers of wisdom. Golden nuggets integrated, I just heard on Wednesday, that are going to spark something new. Guidance. Guidance. Golden nuggets of guidance that we are going to have to offer on Wednesday to others as something new. Being graced by the unseen as a gift. Treat it kindly and allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes, but also external eyes, I heard. Something new on Wednesday, a golden nugget of wisdom that we are meant to impart on others on Wednesday through these, what would you call the placements in the math, the stillness and embracing the darkness through Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, it transmutes into the light. Wednesday, it's integrated, ignited by the mystic and integrated by the unseen for Thursday. Beautiful. It's so integrated that we don't have to question it anymore. We can feel the presence, sense it, intuit it, and no longer doubting its existence. It's rallying our attention yet again. The doorway between worlds is ajar. A compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. Ooh, so Wednesday, something new is going to come through that is actually going to, really seal the deal with this transformative energy. But it's going to involve work that we've been doing with our ancestors, especially as of recent. The eternal is present. Listen, the sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Beautiful. And it's through that willingness to forgive and follow our intuitions and trust the flow. Let's see what wild unknown preacher teacher ally is coming through for Thursday. Preacher teacher ally for Thursday, please. And we have, look, speaking of golden nuggets of wisdom, we have the owl. The synchronicities have been so abundant all throughout this session. All throughout this session. Absolutely stunning synchronicities, spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. This is confirmation, even more so. More of that. More gifts. Gifts have been mentioned all throughout. Intuitive gifts, even. I'm hearing physical and non-physical gifts. The seen and the unseen. Abundant treasures. Trusting. Generosity, security, all confirming the challenges as well. So it's not just confirming the gifts, it's confirming the challenges. With old wisdom, with owl wisdom on our side, we will see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve our dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasures is infinite. The companion of the goddess Lakshmi, representing wealth, beauty, and good fortune. So all this transmuting is leading to even more of that good fortune that came out last week. A continuance of it, but then more. It's expansive. More of it. Triple for our trouble, I just heard, for this week. But it's going to become even more apparent and evident, like in the physical, like tangible, I just heard. Tangible good fortune and abundance. The unseen and the seen. The intangible and the tangible. Wow. Be sure to make some kind of offering of thanks for this, beloveds, with 555 on the timer as I started to say that. Wow. An omen that a boon or treasure is on the way. See, I was saying a little bit ago that it's not quite on the horizon, but the ship has set sail. It has set sail. This abundance of treasures has already set sail. And this includes even more expansion and growth in terms of our clairs. And physical, financial abundance and good fortune. A balance of the two. Dharma all the way around. But I wouldn't get too stuck on like the literal term of dharma, like the number one initial aspect either. It's just like there's other words for dharma. So look up the etymology and go with other words for dharma other than that I just heard. Okay. And that may just be a golden nugget of wisdom that we're meant to impart on others. Other words for dharma that we could utilize more and bring abundance to the world. This is like the transmuting coming first full circle, and then that abundance coming full circle, and so that we have enough to share. Beautiful. Okay. How about the challenge? The challenge. Something is telling me that stillness in the dark is a golden nugget of wisdom that was imparted on us, that we're also meant to be shining some light on, as the owl being the light in the darkness. So not just transmuting, but there's a treasure to be found by us in that stillness, in the darkness, mind you. Not just any stillness, but stillness in the darkness. There is a golden nugget of treasure that is meant to be found. But with that also is a challenge. And what will it be? The High Lord of Gratitude and Service. So it would be in reverse. Something new coming to light on Wednesday that some of the collective may not be able to take conscious action towards right away. Like the new aspect is there, presentable, and presented to the collective, but also presentable to others. But there's another message here. Okay. There's only certain aspects of that newness that the collective is going to be able to take conscious action towards immediately on Thursday. All right, now let's go into, there's certain aspects of something new that's being presented to the collective that are not, we're not going to be able to take conscious action towards. But there also could be an air of caution about being more aware of not just people, places, things, and situations, but our own actions for Thursday. Like, let's not let the ego swell when that something new comes through. Don't forget to show gratitude. It's just been placed on my heart to be careful not to allow these new gifts to turn into grandiosity in some kind of way, like some kind of boastfulness or air of entitlement or better than thou. Especially when you're sharing your testimony about your experiences embracing stillness in the darkness. Like, present it at eye level with others and not with some kind of like arrogance or, now I'm hearing that song Take Me to Church again. It was in my head this morning, so I had to post it. Now I'm hearing something about oh my gosh, how does it go? That's a mighty fine high horse. What you got in them stables? Yeah. What you got in them stables? It's a mighty fine high horse, but what you got in them stables? So, yeah, don't be too quick to boast or brag or, just kind of remain in that flow of humility, okay? Even involving relationships, like, even if some kind of personal connection comes to an end, you're being guided to remain grateful for the laughter and the tears. There are no friends and no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. All right. I'm hearing like not so dramatic exits, like a natural transition without the drama. Is the the test and challenge being presented here. A drama-free exit for some of the collective. People, places, things, situations. We made a full pass. I wasn't guided to grab anything from inside the deck, so we're going to the immediate environment. What is already in our environment but is coming into full invitation on Thursday is that witness energy, but we're being guided to not take it literal. The invitation is the witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. Ooh. So even when your gratitude and selflessness is questioned, when your humility is questioned, when your conscious action or unconscious actions are questioned, there is an ally, a witness, sharing as an ally to us as the collective. You thought you were the doer, but today discover that things happen when you get out of the way. So all the toil and labor that we've been putting in, the sweat equity, the shadow work, the healing, the forgiving, without making it out to be some kind of circus act or constant spectacle. Yes, changing reality by finding stillness and letting our true intent reveal itself. And to be that witness. So we have an ally coming in as a witness, but also being called to be that witness on Thursday of creation unfolding before us. To just sit back, kick our feet up, and watch as the ships come in, as the gifts come in. But remember, your poise is important. Keep your head up and your chin held high, but without the condescendingness and arrogance I just heard. All right? The ships are coming in. It's been clarified. Let's now go into, oh my gosh, I don't know where to put these decks. Friday. Energy is the shadow. Speaking of shadow work, it's never one and done. And that's the significator energy for Friday. Let's take a closer look at this archetype, either being activated or being expanded. It's going to be different for everyone, but resonate either way for all. Revealing unconscious aspects of the self and the world. See, there's that bestowing, something that we're meant to impart upon others that we learned in this darkness and the stillness. Ooh, the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves, reflecting on the statement by James Willman in A Blue Fire, what do you despise about yourself? And by answering, you move toward the shadow. So there's where that humility from Thursday creeps back in on Friday. Like, remember where you came from. That perceived thought. That original perceived shadow that required our attention, awareness, and conscious action to begin with. Remembering where you came from is what I am hearing on Friday. Maintaining that gratitude and humility. Recognizing that the closer that we are to the light, the longer our shadow is cast. So beautiful. The more we rise, the more they cast. The more we rise, the more they cast. Yes. This sounds like that might make some good song lyrics. But I'll probably forget about it by the time I get around to it. Oh, goodness. In the upright, there is more to share, more to be revealed. It's like with fairness in mind, fairness and equity in mind, part of that testimony, we're sharing a bit of the shadow being worked and then also the triumphs as those golden nuggets being imparted. All right, now let's see what creature teacher ally is coming in to assist. Creature teacher ally for Friday, please, for the collective. And we have the Cobra, but it was in reverse. The Cobra. Either way, it's our ally. Humble, wise, a student of life. There it is. This is coming in as our witness. This energy is our witness. So, with it being in reverse, but as an ally, it's like saying that we're not a know-it-all. But we do know a little bit about a lot of different things. And that's okay. It doesn't make us a know-it-all. That's what the Cobra is saying right now. Also saying that we have been doing the shadow work, even when we don't announce every single time that we do it. We have been putting in the work. We have been studying the ins and outs of ourselves. And that's our witness statement right there. Friday, challenge, obstacle. Friday, obstacle for the collective. We have the Hog Prince in reverse. There may be moments throughout Friday where holding our attention on one thing for a long period of time could become a challenge. Feeling a bit all over the place with excitement about what has been communicated to us is what I just heard. This is in a good way, but the excitement, like being in that moment, could also be a distraction to some degree as well. So be excited, but also maintain that awareness. All right, that's the challenge, is to maintain your awareness, maintain that level of presence and awareness even throughout all the excitement. That's the challenge. All right, we do have 11 on the table, so we are going to ring the bell in 1, 2, and 3. And there it is. Let's see. From the mystical shaman, the invitation. The circle. We don't just have a witness. We have an entire band of witnesses. Both seen and unseen. As the energy is congealing, the seen and the unseen allies. We have allies in the physical world and in other realms, in the unseen realms, beloveds. Let's take a look at the invitation. of the circle. And number 8. Infinite found family. Forever found family, I just heard. The invitation, reminding you that you're connected to everything and everyone, including spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. So yeah, it's really saying with the support of Forever Found Family, we were going to continue to stay in the flow for Friday. Beautiful. All right. Now, let's go into Saturday. Primary significator energy for Saturday through these archetypes. Either activating or expanding for our assistance for Friday. Saturday. We have the threshold. Wow, talk about the sequence of these cards coming out. Yo, you guys. This is just, oh my gosh, it's so elevating and uplifting and just so phenomenal. Let's see what animal, creature, teacher, ally we have coming in to support this threshold for Saturday. We have the mouse. There's that humility. There's that humility still continuing on into Saturday. Something about keeping, not necessarily keeping the same energy, but some of the energies that have been prominent all throughout the week are being maintained, and we're keeping those energies while keeping other energies in check with humility. That's what I just heard. Thank you for this beautiful ally for the threshold. Let's take a look at the threshold for Saturday. Growth, individuation, ease in the liminal. Crossing a threshold may not always be voluntary. Sometimes we are thrown across the boundary through circumstances far beyond our control. Either way, we cannot go back. But this is, I'm feeling encouragement from this Forever Found family has a little bit of something to do with that as well. Those that will look out for us in all ways, shapes, and forms. The kind of friend that will pull us off to the side without drawing too much attention to ourselves and go off to the little corner over here and have a little discussion about yo bro, maybe you should reconsider this, that, and the other, people, places, things, situations, so on and so forth. That kind of just Forever Found family looking out for one another. Ooh, so we have amazing spirit guides watching over us. Yes. Beautiful. We're expanding boundaries as well. Expanding boundaries with our Forever Found familia. Beautiful. New frontiers with our Forever Found familia. All those F's. New frontiers with our Forever Found familia. Woohoo! Doorways, gateways, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. Confirmation of what I was saying about that flow being maintained all throughout the week. So this good fortune and abundance is just going to continue to make it self-aware day after day after day, each day this week, even with the challenges, I heard. Yep. Threshold of initiation, here to usher us into a new reality, requiring us to leave behind the you that we thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls. It's not easy work. This means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical DEATH. Just like in that song, Take Me to Church. The death of deaths. Good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. No, I won't. No, I won't. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step towards the future that calls you. And the mouse. The mousy mouse. Where is the mousy mouse? Where is the mousy mouse? Humility was the first message that I received intuitively. Maintaining that energy of humility. Detail-oriented, organized, resourceful, and prepared. The mouse is going to assist us in being mindful that we don't take people, places, things, situations too far. Preparing, organizing, scrutinizing, weighing the pros and the cons, the evens and the odds. Something along that lines anyways. Duplicity, I just heard. Maintaining humility through duplicity. Overcoming that limited and fearful vision of life. Stepping back for a moment. Time to find a more purposeful project to delve into. One that's worthy of your exacting eye. And that's what's coming up on Wednesday. That's going to be, there it is. So the reason why on Wednesday we were getting that only taking conscious action towards part of that new thing or multiple things coming in for us by Wednesday. Only part of it was to be put into conscious action, and then Saturday is when the big scheme of things gets put into action of that new that's coming in. New, I just heard, for the collective. Initiated on Wednesday and officially in full throttle by Saturday. Yes. Beautiful. Okay, there's more. Okay, what is it, Spirit? What is it? There was more that I was supposed to say before I lost my page. So, no longer getting lost in the details and being so nitpicky is what this ally is going to assist us with. Alright, now for Saturday, the challenge, the obstacle. Remember, this is obstacles and invitations for the collective. And we have the sacred union in reverse. So for Saturday, some kind of union is in question here. There's a sacred union that someone in the collective hasn't been taking as seriously and being challenged to take more seriously. Not necessarily in romance, but romance is definitely a part of it for some of the collective. Otherwise, it involves partnerships of some kind. And I'm saying that they're not being taken seriously because this is what's being presented as a challenge. So any kind of partnerships are either being questioned on Saturday, or there's someone involved in the collective or in the collective not taking a sacred connection seriously. Let's see what the invitation is for Saturday. The spiral. Getting the HE double hockey sticks off of that carousel of insanity I just heard. The spiral coming in as our invitation. Oh, and I opened right up to it. I opened right up to it, yo. Ooh. A guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It's crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausting paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. A tool for growth and transformation. And the invitation is to renew ourselves. We must shed our old skin. There's the message coming full circle right there. We've already done this, so we don't keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that's starting to grow. So, Saturday going into Sunday, we're no longer shedding. We're embracing that new skin. And I just got chills all throughout my body. And now the top of my head and my face are tingling, and I can feel ripples of energy coming out the palms of my hands. That message was meant for all of us, beloveds. I felt it. Beautiful. To renew ourselves. Or to realize that we have been renewing ourselves, and welcome that soft new skin that is starting to grow. Breaking the habit of working on our faults all the time. Breaking the habit of thinking that we have to constantly be doing shadow work all the time. And this is my confirmation of that. I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself for the last 5 months solid. And this is a message for me too, to realize that it just becomes something that we do in increments all throughout the day without even thinking about it anymore. But we had to take it seriously and take those conscious actions with it in order for it to become that second nature to begin with. In order to it to return to its nature, not second nature. It was always a natural part of our being until the sub-programming said, skirt, 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 and put a brake on it. An emergency brake on it for shadow work. But now the spiral is saying we don't have to obsess that much or as much over it anymore, and embrace the new. Knowing that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times, but trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides our journey of renewal. And beloveds, it's being placed on my heart. It is the medicine of the time, is to just F what everybody else is doing and how they work their light, to embrace the new skin that we're in, and to continue to working and keep continuing to work our own light. Work your light, harm none. That's it. And feel recharged in doing so. Beautiful. All right, well, I had to take a pause for a moment to answer the door. My new indoor surveillance arrived. So now we have indoor and outdoor, among other tools and modalities, of course. But yes, another way to get off that carousel of insanity. That's right. Let people know we're not bluffing. Ooh, what energy. This is phenomenal for Saturday. Let's go right now into Sunday. Then we will bring in the Kipper and the Hungarian Gypsy fortune telling oracle for some closing messages for the entire outlook and not just day by day. We have the ocean for Sunday. 35. Ocean Eyes is now playing in my head by Billie Eilish. Ocean Eyes. Yeah. You know how to make me cry. You give me those ocean eyes. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it goes anyways. I wasn't actually trying to sing it, but it was singing in my head. Ocean Eyes as the primary significator for, the ocean as the primary significator for Sunday. Deeper than deep, big dreams and discovery. More is to be made known and discovered. More good fortune, more alignment, more flow, more abundance of good fortune and stability. Less pollution. Something significant about connecting with the water on Sunday as well. Getting a handle on our emotions. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy, moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh. Okay, for me it's going to be working through these disruptions and interruptions. A deeper discovery that I have to work on that. Thanks, Bella. Thanks so much. The unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. Oh, we're leveling up. This is, wow, expansive growth. Change stirring that is beyond any change you've ever known before, and the ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. More synchronicities with that flow all week long. Let's see what Creature Teacher is coming through as our ally for Sunday. The hummingbird. We have the hummingbird as our ally for Sunday. Positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful, smart, curious, and loves to learn. So that study is still in effect. But it's like the shadow has been acknowledged, but also the need to not be so obsessed with the shadow or shadow work is very relevant this week. We're already resourceful at this time. We're being guided to embrace that new skin and not look. Hummingbirds are one of the most hardest working species on this planet. They literally have to constantly move or they will perish. Yeah. It has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. So relying on our A team and all the tools, materials, and modalities therein. And this can be nourishment, nourishing foods, nourishing interactions and company, and just, it's like what was called for Monday is being called for Sunday to go into the next Monday. Everything is coming full circle. Okay. From multiple resources. I just heard that we are resourceful in multiple ways. The hummingbird is assisting us in being more resourceful in multiple ways. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. More involving nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality in terms of study for Sunday. The hummingbird is coming in as our ally to support that. But of course, there is that obstacle, that challenge, potential one anyways. With awareness of it, we can take conscious action to even avoid. Why I am doing a second pass, I do not know, but that was what I was guided to do. So here we go. Cards sticking out, the winged wise ones in reverse, angelic help and miraculous aid. In reverse, this card is officially a cast member of this channel. Like the winged wise ones, they are officially a cast of this channel. Angelic help and miraculous aid, officially a cast of this channel. Yes. Miraculous aid coming through as a challenge. Let's see how this would even work as a challenge, because they always show up as our allies. So this is telling me that for Sunday, There may be pauses and moments throughout the day where something may feel as though it's a challenger or a challenge, but it truly is our ally, and it's coming through to help us and not just assist us and uplift us and elevate us and support us, but to continue working those miracles with that miraculous aid, as it too can show up in unlimited ways just as we can and do. Unlimited ways with unlimited potential. I just heard realizing that and taking conscious action to integrate it. Let that become that return to nature. Instead of second nature, it becomes first nature. It becomes nature of us. All the way around, win-win. But also, recognizing when we as the collective have been that harbinger of peace for ourselves and others, instead of relying on others for that peace of mind. For some of you, that could still be a bit of a challenge for Sunday. You could catch yourself relying on another for peace of mind instead of cultivating it for yourself. Let's see. Invitation for Sunday. We're not going to be bringing in the Kipper or the Hungarian. But we will bring in the ancient ones as our invitation, along with two honorable mentions, Thunder and the Smoky Mirror. So let's take a look at Thunder and the Smoky Mirror first as our invitations to draw this to a close. Inviting us to see beyond our own self, seeing past the limits of our current ability to perceive. There's a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order, but challenging to fully grasp. Know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which we are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show us beauty and wonder once the fog lifts the distortion we've been seeing now. Trust that no matter what the current conditions of our world, all aspects of this human journey are celebrated in the hidden realms. The challenges from the hidden realms is meant, look, and then hidden realms is mentioned in this book. Not this particular deck, but the hidden realms. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current conditions of your world reflect, in the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts. The distortion. Interesting. And then Thunder. Flexibility, dexterity, and willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form of opportunities will come is the qualities that we need to know at this time. That's what we're being invited into. More flexibility, dexterity, and willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form opportunities come. Your destiny is arriving. Be ready. So what wasn't even on the horizons Wednesday is anchoring in our orbit, but making landfall by Sunday. The Ancient Ones, also an invitation from the Ancient Ones for the final message. Find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. Accept the invitation. Great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. We're being invited to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. So, So, connecting with our ancestors from the past and descendants from the future. Unlimited resources available by honoring all parts of ourselves, I just heard. Do not hesitate to bite off more than you can chew, because you have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. And that is the message. I want to thank you so very much, Multiversal Soul Familia, for tuning in. Later on in the day, I will actually bring in the Kipper and the Hungarian for some bonus messages as a spin-off from this session. Until then, thank you so very much. Multiversal Soul Familia, with much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings and happy